Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we got another 2015 Lexus IS 250 F Sport, and today I'm going to show you how you can replace the front brakes on this vehicle. Alright, so once you've raised and supported your vehicle probably going to have a wheel lock on it, something like this. And if you do have one of these, you want to make sure that you take this off on the floor before you raise the vehicle. You don't want to be using any impact tools on this. So once you got it up in the air like that, you can go ahead and take off the wheels. And you'll be needing a 21mm socket. Alright, so with the wheel off, you want to go ahead and turn the hub towards the passenger side, because you'll be needing access to the back of the caliper here. Alright, so this is the back of the caliper here, with a 14mm wrench or socket. You want to go ahead and remove these. I've already loosened them up. And the top one here. So once you remove the caliper, if you have a coat hanger or bungee cord or mechanic's wire, you want to go ahead and secure your caliper. I got mine secured to the upper control arm, just so you don't put any stress on the brake flex line. Okay, now you have access to your brake pads. Alright, so I just measured these brake pads. They're at 4mm. 4mm is basically in the warning zone. I've already contacted the customer and he gave the go-ahead to replace them anyways. So we'll go ahead and continue with the job. Alright, so once you got the brake pads out of the way, you want to go ahead and remove these two 17mm bolts. You can use a breaker bar, or if you're using a ratchet or even a wrench, you just need a bit of leverage. And once you remove those bolts, you can remove the bracket out of the way, and then you can remove the rotor itself. Okay, so with the bracket out of the way and the rotor out of the way, next step you want to do is just go ahead and clean around the hub here, just so you have a nice clean surface. And also, if you want, just quickly clean up or just sand down where the bracket goes, just to make sure you got a nice flat mating surface. Alright, so one of the most important parts of this job is making sure that your caliper is clean, and this is just the way that I do it. I've been doing this for a very long time and it seems to work for me perfectly fine. So once you remove the hardware off the caliper, if you have a file, something like that, or something like that, you want to grab that. And what we want to do and make sure is that we have a nice clean surface here, here, and also on the other side up here. Okay, so once you do that, you want to add a little bit of anti-seize so there's no corrosion issues in the future. And then you'll put on your new hardware back into place. Okay, so with the hardware in place, your caliper nice and clean, next thing you want to do is remove your slider pins. Okay, and you want to go ahead and just wipe off any of the old grease that's on here. You can do this a couple of times. If you have some brake cleaner, you could use that also. Just try to get as much of it out as possible, because we'll be applying new lubricant. Do the same thing to the other side. Just keep in mind that one of them has the rubber grommet on there, and this one, I believe, goes on the top. So once you got them nice and clean, you're going to go ahead and grab your lubricant. I'm using this one by CleanFlow. It's Easy Slide, and you don't want to go crazy with this stuff. You just want a good amount just to cover the slider pin so that you don't have any issues seizing. If you put too much, then it's a possibility that the slider pin can't bottom out because there's too much grease at the bottom or lubricant at the bottom. So be liberal, but don't go crazy with it. Alright, so once you got the rotor in place, you can use one of the wheel nuts just to secure it so it doesn't move around. That's how you put on the brake pads. Next thing you want to do is compress the piston on the caliper, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so you can use a C-clamp to compress the piston. I got a caliper compressing tool here that I'm going to show you. You just want to go ahead and slowly start pushing the piston back until it bottoms out. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and slide the caliper into place. And reinstall your 13mm nuts or bolts. And in the video, I will post the torque specs on the 17 and the 14mm. I hope this video was helpful and informative. If it was, please like, share, and subscribe for more great videos like this. Thank you and have a great day.